Facebook, what's up? It's your boy, Mike the Mentor, coming at you for My Life Monday, March 4th, 2019. Hope your week is off to a great start. I don't know if you guys can hear this on your side, but where my desk is at, I got the heating vent, which goes down to the basement. So my kids are down there playing that old school Nintendo Street Fighter and or Street Fighter 2, one of them, and I can hear them down there, and my daughter's going buck wild playing against her older brother. She just loves any attention that she gets from him, and he's doing a good job of hanging out with her. So My Life Monday is where I talk about things that happened to me in my past week, on just how they're affecting my life or what I've been through. And this is really a hard day for me to talk about. I committed to it, so I'm going to see it through. But it's hard because sometimes I don't think my life is very, very exciting. So I really have to be intentional and purposeful on tonight's topic. And then I want to talk to you guys about two things, right? So the cool thing about since starting this page is just the number of brothers that have reached out to me to just do life, right? To share things with me that maybe they haven't been able to share with others because they don't have any places of safety in their own lives where they can go and not feel judged and just open up and get these burdens off their chest and off their back and be free of those things. And it's really cool, just the stories that have come out of this, the people I've been able to connect with, not only here in the United States, but actually people all over the world, which is really cool, seeing how God is moving through this. So the first thing that I want to talk about, right, is, and it's something that is kind of been a reoccurring theme for me in the last couple of years, and even more so in the last couple of months. But even this week I was reminded of that, and that's accepting people just right where they are. That can be difficult, especially if people don't think the same as you, if they don't react the same as you. Maybe, and that goes for people inside of your family, and I'd say for me, especially people that are outside of my family, right, that I otherwise have no maybe connection to. I can just distance myself from them. And a thing, if I'm just being transparent, a thing that used to really bother me inside was just hearing people using the Lord's name in vain, right? It just wouldn't sit well with me. I would never speak up and say anything, and maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, I don't know. But it used to bother me, and then like, not a little bit of swearing, but I mean like crazy swearing. Like if you swear like a sailor, like inside I'm probably like, like what's the point? Like, well, why? Like why do you need to swear so much like that? And those things used to kind of just bug me, I guess, a little. Bug me. It really did. And just this week, I've just had some conversations where those things have come up. And, God is reminding me in those conversations while they're taking place, to just accept people right where they're at. Like it's not my job to fix them. It's not my job to be holier than them, if that even is a thing. My job is to be their friend. My job is to, I guess, be a good citizen, be a good neighbor, be a good brother, and just accept them where they're at. So I don't know if you can relate to that. I don't know if maybe in your own life you've got people at work or people you hang out with, or people you come in contact with, right, that don't do things the way you do. They're not maybe at the same place in their life as you are, whatever the case. Maybe they don't have what you have, right? And they're on the economic scale, they're underneath you, or they don't make as much money as you, or whatever the case may be, right? There's all these hierarchies in society. can you just accept them where they're at and remember that they're on a journey just like you're on a journey? And, I'm talking to myself when I'm telling you guys these things. Every video that I'm doing, I'm reminding myself of my own faults, and my own issues, and my own areas of vulnerability, right? Of judging people and wanting them to think and be like me. And I'm as guilty as anybody of those things. So that's the first thing, right? Just this week was a great reminder of just loving people right where they're at and remembering, I'm no different than them. I may be just at a different place in my life, and that's okay. And they're at a different place, and that's okay. And just like I got to go through things, they got to go through things. So the second thing I want to talk to you about is this whole thing. You want to just come say hi and get it over with?
Hi.
What? No, I'll wrestle with you when I'm done. Go. It'll be a couple minutes. So the second thing I want to talk to you guys about, right, especially as guys, and this is another thing that came up this week, and the guys that I'm talking to is just this desire, right, to feel chosen by your friends, feel chosen by maybe your spouse, your girlfriend, feel chosen at the place that you work by your co-workers. And I'm not talking about acceptance, right? That's different than being chosen. Acceptance is, maybe being part of the group, being known that you're one of them, right? That you have this common bond. But being chosen is feeling like they actually need you, and not only do they need you, they want you in their life. And for guys, like, we will go try to move heaven and earth to feel chosen, especially when it comes to feeling chosen by our wives. And I'm just kind of curious, right? So I've been thinking about this a lot today. Like, where does that come from? Where did that originate in our lives? Is it because of the stories we're told when we're younger, right? Like, you have the knight in shining armor, and he battles the dragon and climbs to the tallest tower and rescues the princess, and in that moment she chooses him and he's the greatest thing on earth, and she throws her arms around him and gives him a kiss and a hug, and like, that's it, right? And ever since we see those images as little kids, like as young men, young boys, are we chasing after that, right? Chasing after that need and that desire to be chosen by those around us. So I'm just kind of curious, like, how that plays out in your life, or where you think that comes from, right? And I'd love to know hear your comments below, or to know your feelings on that, or your thoughts surrounding that, because in all my work with men at the retreats that I get to be a part of, with the one-on-one conversations in the men's group, ever since I've been on this journey for 10 plus years, diving into manhood, that's one strong common theme, is men just want to be chosen, right? Like, it's so strong, talking to guys that maybe are having problems at home with their spouse, right? Like, I don't care what the motive, no, that's not the right word. I don't care what the end result is, right? Like, if you're going out to buy your wife a gift, or you're trying to show her something special, like, and I'm not saying that you're doing it to manipulate her, but I'd be a betting man. I'd be willing to bet that if you rolled that back and walked that back in your own life, that you're doing those things because you want your wife to feel chosen. You want your wife to feel special. And right, maybe you're hoping that because you're making her feel chosen and feeling special, that she'll in turn choose you and make you feel special. And whether that's in your own significant way or in your own love language, whatever the case. And personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Maybe that's just the way it is. So those are the two things that I just wanted to, quick video tonight on those things. Accepting people right where they are. And two, where does this need and this desire to be chosen come from? So I love you guys. I hope your week's off to a good start. Please, if you're a guy and you're struggling with your marriage, you're struggling with shame, you're struggling with regret, reach out to me. I would love to talk to you, to get to know you, to help you, if that's just to listen, because there's power in that, right? When you speak those things and you talk about those hard things and you bring them to the light, all that shame, all that guilt, all that regret, that stuff starts to fall off. Because as a Christian, I believe then the enemy and the devil, he can't hold those things over you. It has no more power, right? Because it's no longer a secret. It's no longer in the dark. You've shared that with someone. If you're not comfortable talking to me about it, I hope that you have somebody in your life that you've built up a relationship, or you have found somebody that you can go to and that you can trust, and you can talk to them about these hard things, right? And that you can share these things with them so that you don't have to walk around carrying them anymore. So that's it for tonight's My Life Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday Thoughts. Peace out.
Dad.